And just like that, phew, I'm a little sunburnt, but I'm here. Carolina Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith, just Keith. What's up, everybody? I'm Keith. Glad to have you here. Boy, does this wheel spin quick, huh? Just when you think, I've got stuff figured out, I know what's going on, market comes up and says, you don't know what you're doing, do you? Oh, you thought everything was going down? Didn't go down, did it? Oh, everything's going to be all right. We're going to go back up. Well, what's going to happen, right? How about we go look at the charts, check it out together? Welcome, everybody, to Crypto Before Dark. I hope everyone had a good weekend because, boy, did things turn wild quickly. Just when you thought you had it figured out, here's $800 billion, almost $1 trillion injected into the market. Please, everybody, go hit like. Costs nothing. Click subscribe, follow while you're there, whichever one you're on, whether you're on X, Rumble, or YouTube. Check us out, man. It's pretty easy, bro. You hit the quick little like button. You subscribe and hit the notification bell while you're there. That way you don't miss what we're doing. If you've never been here before, you just happen to see this pop up on the right-hand side of your screen, you don't know what you're looking at, it's all technical analysis and data all the time. We mostly concentrate on crypto, but we'll chart anything just to make the most money in crypto. That's why we're here. That's what we want to do. We want financial independence and freedom, and we're not going to get that by getting it from the man. All right, we got to earn it ourselves and get it out of the mud. And that's what TA is all about. It's what data analysis is all about. And that's what you're going to see here. It's kind of nerd speak a little bit, but if you just ask questions in the chat, if you have questions in the chat, you don't know what's going on, you don't understand, drop a question in the chat and I will answer it live and explain it to you a little bit better. All right, I'm not going to give you facts only. It's never going to be feelings or emotions. You're not going to hear me say, I feel like the price is going to go up, or I feel like the team is good. Not here. You're going to get data only. Now, I might look at the data and it'd be 51.49. I go, I feel like staying away from this one. I might say that, right? But I'm not going to tell you that it's a 51.49%. I feel like it's going to go way up kind of scenario. Not going to happen. I'm going to continue to pull the feelings out and add the data in. I'm going to do all data all the time until it's not going to allow me to do data anymore. And I'm telling you, folks, this stuff's worldwide. I could tell everybody different time. I'll do it on Thursday on a Zoom. We do a Zoom after our live stream on a Thursday for the members, wap.com/team 786. Right there at the bottom. I'm going to talk about some stuff I learned this afternoon that involves data. Found a guy online and everything, blew my mind. And then when I started looking and he was doing it, I had to stop and double check and make sure I wasn't seeing things. But that's another conversation for another time. Anyway, I've got Bitcoin pulled up on the stream here. I've got 20 plus assets to look at. We're going to chart them all live one by one. I'm going to give you objective, not subjective analysis on each one if I can. Right? Trying my best here. Okay, cool. So I've got Bitcoin's 1 hour chart pulled up here. Why would I do such a thing? Why would I have a 1 hour chart pulled up? What are you doing, Keith? Well, I wanted to show you what we're dealing with on a low time frame so that you can get an understanding of how we think things may or may not play out here. All right. I don't often go down to a low time frame like this, but I wanted to start with it for a reason. All right. Since the market opened on Monday morning, it's now Tuesday afternoon here in the US, but since it's opened on Monday morning, we've had a pretty steady diet of up, haven't we? We got this initial rollover right here where it was up, but right on Monday morning, it immediately starts going down Sunday night. And then just as Monday starts, straight back up. If you notice, let me grab the drawing tool here on the left-hand side. Up here on the top, by the way, this is TradingView that I'm using. This is the TradingView app. If you need TradingView, I'll send you the link right now. It's really cheap. You can get it for free if you'd like. You don't have to use it. I mean, you know what? I don't even remember how to find the damn referral link. That's how little I don't push. There it is. Refer a friend. Copy. There we go. I'll drop it in the comments over here of each stream. So everybody has comments. You can see it in the comments. I'm putting a TradingView link there for everyone. You don't have to pay for TradingView. It's free. It's just, it throws ads up in your face. It's hella annoying. You know what I mean? If you can deal with ads. But nonetheless, I'm going to grab the paint tool over here on the left. It's drawing or paint, right? Called brush. You can see right here, June 22nd, Sunday, Monday. Monday starts right over here. Still got me on demonstration. Cross. Monday's got us. It starts right here. All right. Right here is where Monday starts. So you got this big push in the Sunday night, right at the end of the week, right before big news happens, big push down. And then just as quick as that happens, it pushes right back up. And not only does it push up, but it starts breaking previous lows. That was our previous low right here. Kind of see that right there. All right, after that previous low came in, we made this very, very far down low. By the way, when we made this far down low, look at the RSI, Relative Strength Index. Look how low it got down here. Super oversold. We were watching this live in our Discord while it was happening, going, man, look how oversold this thing is. I don't really think it continued to do this. And sure enough, it didn't. But after that, we broke that previous low and pushed right through it. When we got through it, we kind of retested it. It did get a little ugly right here. This is a wild 1 hour candle. Look at that thing. That was a big, big red candle, and it ended up flipping green and turning all the way back around right about the time they started announcing we're having ceasefires and, oh, we're all friends again and we all love the same religion and we're all happy. And that's just exactly what they said, right? It's not what they said at all. It's not what they said at all. But charts kept going up. Not only did they keep going up, but they blew right through resistance, which was all through here, had resistance, chart pushed clean up through them and made new local highs because this was our lowest high. We made a almost high, but didn't. So when this came in, that was our next high, a higher high, a local higher high. Now, obviously, I'm going to zoom out on the daily here in a second, and you're going to see that daily is still way higher, right? There's still room to go. Problem is, once Monday stops going up so much, we created what we call a range high. Down here was our range low, where our Sunday stopped and our Monday started. There's actually a candle up here, but you get what I'm trying to say. That's the bottom of the range where we're looking. And since this has made a bit of a double top right here, it's now the, you guessed it, top of the range. We're waiting to see something happen inside this range. Are you going to break out and get on top of it and keep going? Or are you going to come along here and double tap, triple tap, 15 tap the resistance line before coming down and retesting? I happen to think it'll come down and retest a little bit. I think all things need to retest a little bit. That's part of the game. You can't just have these big green monster candles come in and think that's sustainable, because unfortunately it's not. It's a bit unsustainable. So you have to have some pullback in here so the market can breathe. I always talk about an elevator all the time. When an elevator goes up, it takes passengers from the bottom up. Problem is, it never just goes straight from one floor to another, does it? It has all these stops along the way where people get on and people get off. And it slowly works its way up to the top. You know what I mean? Kind of what I want to see happen here. I want that thing to slowly work its way up to the top and not just go from 0 to 100. I prefer 0 to 15, back down to 7. 7 to 21, back down to 15, that kind of stuff. And we stair step it up. Don't want to see it all come at once because it tends to go away just as fast as it comes in. If we fail here and we do not break the range, this red box right here at about 103 down to 102.5 is a good guesstimate of where the price will probably come in. ICT guys who are really just Larry Williams guys who pretend to be ICT guys, that's what we call an inefficiency or a fair value gap. All right, that fair value gap would close. They expect those to close. They entice the market to make them close, right? If that happens, that's where it's going to go. This is also, as you see, middle of the range right here. The range top, range bottom, and then that's the middle. All right, great. So we know where the range is. We're just really waiting to see what happens. Now let's scan out to daily. Now I'm going to actually pull up a different Bitcoin chart, Bitstamp pair, because I already have this drawn out for you here. So you can kind of see it a little bit easier. I prepared. All right, so I've got in white here the bigger, larger trend that we got going on. You can kind of see right here our lows here and our highs. It's also a higher high, and then a low, but it's a higher low, and then a high, but it's a higher high. And now look in white, a higher low so far. So long as this doesn't fail this red trend line, I don't think it will, but there's a good possibility it could. Don't want to sit here and tell you it can't. I don't think it will. I think we're going to pull sideways out of this mess at worst. I do think the market needs to go sideways a little bit and breathe here. But what I want you to see is not necessarily the bigger trend, but look smaller in green here, right? higher low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then it slowed down. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And I've got those in orange and yellow. So you can kind of see those smaller downtrends. And the green is the uptrend, right? We need to get a higher high in here somewhere. And the only way to do that is to get back over this previous high that you see right there. Let me zoom in so you can see it a little better. This previous high that we made up here at about 110, call it 110.5, $110,500 for those in the metric system. I know. But for you guys, we need to get over that high. We need to close that high. We need to close above it. So if we get a couple candles and they come in, we get price that can come up and get above that previous high right there. Guess what, folks? That's a, you guessed it, higher high, and you guessed it, an uptrend, which would be magnificent. We don't have that just yet. Close, very close, but not there yet. How about the 821, 50, 100, 200 moving average, exponential moving averages? Tell me, Keith, what does that mean? Exponential moving average is a moving average with a little bit of weight added to the opening and not necessarily the closing. A regular moving average or a simple moving average, an AMA or an SMA, right? Simple moving average or moving average. Those are just the average closes of whatever number you want. So one day, well, the moving average will be whatever the price is. 2 days, well, you do an average, and that's what the moving average price is. So forth and so on. The yellow line that you see on the screen is the 50-day moving average. The green and purple lines that you see are the 8 and 21 EMA. So they move a little quicker and they move a little bit more steady with price. And that 50 moving average gives us a bit more broad view of what's going on with the price. All right. You could take this off and use nothing but that little yellow line and say, oh, when the price is going up, I'm in. When the price is going down, I'm out. When it's going sideways, I might wait. You can do what you want to with that. What I use this as a check mark or an X. All right. I want the price over the 50 moving average. Currently it is. We can see it right here. Check mark over the 50 moving average. Yep, you got it. I also want to see 2 consecutive candles, 2 in a row, 1 big green, 2 small green. I want to see 2 in a row over the green line, that 8 EMA right there. I want to see 2 candles over that green line in a row. I don't care if they're green or red. I just want 2 in a row over it. If this closes today, that's 2 in a row. Excellent. That would be another check mark. We're getting there. I also want to see the green line. See it right there. It's a very, very sharp angular line above the purple line. That purple line's right there. You can kind of see the price bounce perfectly off of it so far. But the problem is the green is under the purple. We need it over the purple. That would be our 3rd check mark. Right now, we don't have 3 check marks. We have 2 check marks and an X. That's close, but that's about 66%. I'd like 99%. I'd like all 3 green check marks. So on a simple strategy, you buy in 66% and you keep 33% on the sideline waiting. When you get the 3rd check mark, hypothetically, you could put the rest of the money in. You reverse the process on the way back out. All right. This is an easy way to scale in and scale out. We call this the Reaper strategy. All right. Got that right here. I have a pre-made indicator. You can find the video on it on the YouTube channel here. If you just go in and type Reaper, you'll believe what happens. You go in and type Reaper, it pops right up for you. It's free and included in our Discord. That's down below. There's a general access. If you click on the link down below, there's a general access, or type in the wap.com/team78. There's a general access that's free, but there's a paid access also. Got a special coming up at the end of the month. I don't want to ruin it, so we're just going to wait. But I would wait to do anything until then. Just saying. It'll benefit everyone. All right. So there's my take on Bitcoin. I want to see it stay over here. 2 closes over gives me 66% of the way in. I'm not totally sold yet. I need to see a little bit more juice from you. Very, very, very close. We've seen this happen before where this thing just jogs sideways. And I don't want to get caught with my hand in the cookie jar here. I'm still in somewhat. I did scale out on this move up here. I've kind of become pessimistic on this stuff actually breaking out most of the time. So I'm going to lean back and go, let me get some profits here. And I did. I took some profits on these last couple candles, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'll let it balance out a little bit before I do anything else, and kind of give it the benefit of the doubt on through the rest of the day, right? On through the rest of the day, and then we'll see what tonight brings. I'm not going to hold my breath. I don't really expect the market to do too much. I expect failure. You know what I mean? If we don't get failure, I'm here for it. And then I'll kind of explain what I mean coming up. Comments real quick. I got the chat box on for everybody. What's up, Crypto Big D? What's up, E Phillips? What's up, Justin Wynn? Good to see you, brother. What's up, Jorge Diaz? Good to see you, my friend. Robin Coburn. Brian Coburn, what's up? Frank Castillo, what's up, my G? Texas, we see you, TX. What's up, Liz? Good to see you. So finally caught alive. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Over on X, what's up, Ronvo? Welcome back, Professor. Can we do Colt and ETH? Problem is, I've already got a bunch of coins. It's a little bit too late. If you'll comment on the thumbnails next time when I post them on X, I'll get them beforehand and I'll have them on the list for sure. I just won't be able to fit them all in right now. I have limited time today. What's up, Borna? Good to see you. What's up, Cousin Jeremy? What do we got on Rumble? What's up, Matoshi? Good to see you over on Rumble. All right. If you guys would like, you can drop a comment, as always, over in the chat. And always say hey to everyone who comments. I don't like to leave anyone out. I try to be the anti-influencer. All right. So let's check out Ethereum. And we'll go down the list of assets I've got right here to look at. And it's a large list. I mean, it really is. Let me get a clean chart. Furians. It's a Southern saying. All right. Well, this will do for the moment. So now I'll work from here. So as far as Ethereum goes, you can see we jumped back over the 50 fib on the big weekly chart here. And here's what I mean by big weekly chart. There you go. There's the big weekly. And I'll put these check marks off to the side here. What are we doing here in a second just to go through the analysis on it. I like the fact that we took back the 50 fib, but the problem is, as you can see, there was our low, and that's a lower high so far right there. Y'all see that? Now this is a higher low, but the only way to disprove this is to get a higher high in here. I want to see that higher high. I want you to prove it to me. If we get a push in through the summer here, that would be lovely because that would give us a chance to retrace through the fall and then potentially have that end of the year push again. Or are we going to get this thing lagging out and only give us a late fall through the end of the year push? That's a really tough one to go on, and I'm not sure yet. Honestly, the market's kind of sideways. I know it seems like it's up right now because we had 2 good green days, but if you want to be realistic, it's only recovering. It's only recovering. We're still in rehab here. So don't go calling yourself a hero. You're just still in rehab. That was a terrible analogy. I know, dude. Sorry. All right. So, by the way, we didn't have background jazz, but now we do. Time for some smooth listening today on 786 Radio. I'm retarded. Sometimes you just got to talk to yourself. You know what I mean? Anyway, I like the fact they got back over the 50 fib. It is under all the resistance. You can see that it's still pushing into the bottom of resistance. So, I check out the moving averages. Here's a real big kicker. Look, unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum is under the 50 and the 200 moving average, which I didn't even mention yet, but the 200 moving average is like a magnet. Price gets stuck to it. It's hard for it to get away. All right. It's unfortunately going to go right back to it again, it looks like. And I need it to get over it and then bounce off of it so that it can sprint away. And just like a magnet, it loses its effectiveness when you get a long way from it. All right. The more you get away from it, the farther your coin can run, the farther the assets you buy can run. Okay. Be careful because so far Ethereum is just a bearish backtest. Sorry. You can see it right there. I'm not denying anything. I'm not going to argue either. It bounced to 100. I like that. I like the volume that came in. That was good. Problem. That's not good enough. It's just not good enough as compared to some. All right. So on this one, I'm reluctant. I know I sold some, went ahead and scaled out a little bit. I don't have faith in the market. MACD and RSI are still nominal. That's oscillators that kind of give you a lagging indicator, you know what I mean? And they're nominal. And as far as the cloud goes, you're still 3 out of 4 no, if you don't know what I mean by that. This is the Ichimoku cloud. There's 4 signals on an Ichimoku cloud. Number 1, is the cloud on the end green or red? Well, in this case, the cloud on the end is green. You can see it right here. It's very much green. Good. So that is one check mark. So the next part, the price. Is the price above the cloud? No, it's inside the cloud. So that gets an X. It needs to be over it. You can do these in the order that you would like. It doesn't matter. It's still 4 points no matter what. Price is in the cloud. That's not good enough. Next, lag line, which is the line back here in the back, called the lagging span. It's the price, just move 27 spaces back. All right. When we're under the candles, that's a no. When we're over the candles, it's a yes. Are we under or over? We are under. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent. All right, so how about the last point? The last point is conversion baseline. If you look closely here, you can see that the blue line, which is the conversion line, is under the baseline, which is the red line. We need that to be the other way around. We need the blue over the red. We don't have blue over the red. Sorry. That's 3 out of 4. Red still not good enough. Sorry. That needs more juice, and it ain't necessarily got it yet. No big story there. Ethereum has continued to suck it up pretty hard a majority of the bull run, hasn't it? I'm hoping that it comes back. It should. It's a very big ecosystem, but there's no necessarily definite sign yet. While we do have some 821 bouncing around going on, and I like that, that's about all it's got going for it. It's still under resistance currently. ZBCN. All right, ZBCN. ZBEC network. All right, so we are over the 50, bounced it very aggressively. That's a very aggressive 50 moving average bounce. Remember what I said I wanted to see on Bitcoin? Well, this one's done it. Not only is it over the 50, but now she snuck over the 821 EMA. So you're over the 50. That's excellent. You have one candle and what's about to be 2 candles closed over the 8 and 21 EMA, but most importantly, the green line, the 8 EMA. And you do not yet have the green line over the purple line. It's still upside down. Purple is still on top. We need the green on top. So 2 out of 3, almost there. Almost. Be careful, because some of these can continue to chop along like this until these Bollinger Bands get super tight. Now I want you to know how tight these Bollinger Bands are getting already. She's already squeezing. She's already about ready to go. So watch out and be careful. All right. Keep your eye on this one. This one could change really, really quickly. Atom. We'll bang through these. I do got to get off of here at 5. I have someone coming to the house, and I got to be out of the office. My office is in my house, by the way, everybody. I'm working on that. All right, working on that. It's a big commitment to buy an office. It's a big commitment, and I'm a cheapo, except when it comes to this. So I'm trying, man. I just have a hard time letting, as a poor, I have a hard time letting go of money. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. All right, so Atom, Bollinger Bands haven't got all the way tight yet, as you saw like a moment ago on ZBCN. You're still 4 out of 4 no on the cloud. You have jumped into the wait a minute zone. What is the wait a minute zone? Well, that's the area between the 8 EMA and the 21 EMA. Why is it called the wait a minute zone? Y'all guys never watched Martin when you were a kid? Y'all remember Shanae across the hall? She had 2 sayings. Oh, no, you didn't. And the other one was, wait a minute. Those were her 2 sayings. And I know this because I watched Martin every single day after school. I know this. So we're in the wait a minute zone. So what should you do? You should probably just wait a minute. What's it going to do? Is it going to jump out of the wait a minute zone and come out over here? Is it going to go under the wait a minute zone down here? You don't know yet, do you? Guess what? Most people don't know yet. So let's just wait and see. Cool. Cool. You're about to have 2 closes over that 821 EMA though, aren't you? And since you're about to have 2 closes over that 8 EMA, you could go ahead and enter 30%. That's up to you. I'm not a financial advisor. Do what you want. I just read charts and data, dude. That's all I'm good at. Look at the MACD. She's turning green. Well, look what happened last time. So be careful, yeah? Maybe wait on a little bit of confluence here amongst all things, which is the assassin's way. You didn't quite go oversold, almost. Pivot points. You did jump back over S1 and S2. These are just predetermined resistance and support zones along the way of its journey. Every coin's got its own. And this one happens to be over S1 now, which is a good thing. You wanted to see it above them. And you want to see above all of them, obviously. More and most importantly, that pivot line right there with the little P. You want to be over that. We're not over that yet. So, bit of a wait and see game for Adam. I'm going to put a no until it gets a little better. Tia, Celestia. All right, I looked at this one yesterday on our morning roundup. We do that every Monday morning. I like the good couple volume candles we got in here. I like that. That's pretty good. That's a good bullish engulfing. It's a good bullish engulfing. And a bullish engulfing is when one candle turns green and swallows up the other candle at least 3/4 of the way. And in this case, not only did it go 3/4 of the way, it went all the way and got 2 candles. So that's good volume. You like to see that. Problem? We're still playing around with the 8 EMA. You might get your second close over it, but be careful. Also, by the way, people ask me all the time, where would you put a stop loss? The last low. So I would buy here if it closed here, and my stop loss would be down here somewhere. Probably under the nearest round number. So if the round number was 127, I'd do 126.5. Make sense? Something like that. And then you'll slide your stop loss along the way as your chart goes up. You slide your stop loss up with it. And that way you're guaranteed to win. Even if it goes bad, your order closes and knocks you out and you won. Okay. Weekly, here comes another bullish engulfing. Problem, I want you to look at how far down it is. Please be careful. This thing has been a falling knife from day one. And we must say it is still technically a falling knife. Be careful. VET. Try to make these streams for the next several months more informative and upbeat and not just say yes or no. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do it in a way that everyone gets as much data as they can. Got you, Astro Boy. Already got it on the list. What's up, XRP Orlando? Good to see you, brother. Ryan Coburn. Crew Chief, what's up, my guy? Astro Boy, are you the same guy I was talking to in Discord? You might be. If not, I've got it wrote down no matter what. I didn't know whether BID was a crypto or not. I don't know what. It might be a crypto, it might not. Write it down. If it's not, I'll do it in the Discord or something. I can't, like sometimes I can't find them and it takes a while. So VeChain, again, very miserable. It's under all the moving averages. It's still under the 8 EMA. You haven't got your 2 closes yet. You did get a good volume candle yesterday, but you've rejected today. Your MACD did turn green. Can't deny that. It's trying, but I need a little bit more proof. As far as the Ichimoku cloud goes, 4 out of 4 no. So for now, for me, it's not that I'm not going to buy it. It's just that I want a little bit more proof first. All right? A little bit more proof first. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. Dag. This is going to get me some negative press. Whatever, dude. That's what I say every time. I'm like, come on, man. I know. Anyway, so as far as the Ichimoku cloud goes, we're 4 out of 4 no on that one. That's red cloud, not going to get it. Base over conversion, not going to get it. Price under the cloud, not going to get it. Lag line under the candles, not going to get it. Doesn't mean it can't get better, but right now it's a no. All right, how about the RSI? Relative strength is sideways. That's really no help, bad or good. MACD, you are trying to turn green. It is way down, so it has room to move up. That's a good thing. How about the moving averages? Well, as far as the 821 EMA goes, you're trying the 821 EMA. This would be your second close over the 8. So if you wanted to start a scale in, this would be a decent reason to do so. And I would have my stop loss underneath the Reaper line here, which is underneath the last low. Somewhere under there, call it 0.029 flat, maybe 0.028 flat. And that would give you a lot of risk, 15% risk. So you're going to need at least 30% reward to make it worth it to you. So if you're buying here, you want to at least get up here to 4.5 to 5 cents. Now here's the problem with said number. That's dead where the 50 moving average is, and it's probably going to get hung up there. Why do I say that? Well, it's gotten held up there multiple times. Not only that, but look at the weekly. The weekly 50 moving average is also right there. What else is right there? The 100 moving average, the weekly 21 moving average, the daily 100 moving average. There's a lot of traffic in the way. And I'm not saying that the price can't go up, but what I am saying is it's going to have a hard time getting through all the mud in order to get on the highway. All right. I like the fact that it's still above the trend line. That's good. It did take a stab down, but recovered. That's good. I'm here for it. Could you have bought 0.028 instead of 0.036? Sure, but you'd be being a degenerate, because if you did that, you've probably been buying since the top. Can I be honest with you about that? Can we be honest with each other about that? It's a bigger question. I have high hopes for DAG. Until it breaks that 4-cent level, it's iffy at best. It's going to retest it. It will retest it. Can it get through it or not? We'll see. I'll make a decision when that happens. Cool. So there's DAG. Is BID a crypto or not? That's what I'm confused on. I have BID on Binance, BID on MEXC. This one. But I don't know if this is the one you're talking about, because if this is the one you're talking about, this is on MEXC. It's in a hell of a ride. Look at that thing over the 821, on a rip, over the 50, over the 100. This is an excellent look. Big, huge, rounded bottom right here. If we grab, I don't know if this is the correct chart, but it doesn't matter. Charting's charting. You know what I'm saying? Same thing over here. It's pretty much the same chart. It's just a little older over here. So if we pull some fibs on this, Fibonacci retracement gives us mathematical points of information along the road to success or failure. All right, these are percentage of retrace or breakouts. And in this case, it's retrace. Why? Because we were a high and then we made a low and we're still trying to recover. So we are retracing back to where we came from. We came from the top. We're retracing back that way. We got through the golden pocket. That's excellent. Now, problem is we've run into the 786 Assassins level, Sniper's Alley. This is how we get our name. She needs to get through that 14.5 cent level. If she can't get through 14 cent and a half, she's rolling back to the 8 EMA. But not bad. This is actually a better looking chart than most. Careful. She's overbought. When I see overbought, I tend to put stuff on sale. I'm not saying sell it all. Do what you want, but that's what I tend to do. MACD has a good bit of divergence here too. Be careful. You are losing a little bit of volume. Still some buyers coming in, but less than the day before. All right. So, hey man, gotta be honest. Better than most. Better than most? I would agree. Better than most. Let me make sure I got that wrote down. All right. CRV. The old rainbow logo. I know. I like rainbows, by the way. Can I admit that? I think rainbows are awesome. Every time I see one, I go, whoa, check out that rainbow. Even now, I'm 42 years, almost 42 years old. I go, damn, that's a cool rainbow. Problem is you can't wave a flag unless you want to be talked about. And if you aren't talked about, everybody just says it behind their breath. Problem is people took a flag. I don't know, man. It is what it is. Can't we all just get along a little bit? Maybe that would help. All right, so anyway, CRV. You bounce the 50 fib. You're trying to fight the 8 EMA here. You haven't quite got there. You haven't quite got there. You rejected the 8 EMA. That was a beautiful volume candle, though. And a really, really nice, if you flip to linear mode, golden pocket bounce. She bounced aggressively, but ran right into the 8, and we haven't really done anything since. Be careful. That 50 and 200 is bearing down. You're still under all the moving averages. And as such, for me, it's going to be a no until it gets a little better. I like the volume, but that's kind of all I like. Ave. Come on, Keith. We got 5 minutes. Got to push. All right, Ave. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and look at this. Give it a check mark. She's over the 50, the 8, the 21. You're about to get an 821 cross. It's over the 200. It's over the 100. Weekly, she's over everything. She's bouncing the weekly 8, bullish engulfing. This looks like it's going to try a new high. I would target 300 to 375. Pretty good look. XRP is one we haven't done yet. We're going to do a speed run on XRP. Why are we going to do a speed run on XRP? Because we don't have much time. That's why. So let's pull it up on KuCoin. So far, weekly, you have bounced very aggressively, and you're now running into the weekly 821 EMA. Daily wise, by the way, you didn't make it to the 50 moving average, which is great. I wanted to see that happen. I wanted to see it come back. I didn't want to see it die. All right. Here's your daily problem. You either hitting the trend line right now or failing the trend line right now or barely over the trend line right now. We are right on the edge. It's over the 821, but it's under the 100, the 50, and the 200 moving averages. You have improved, but it's just recovery so far. You're 4 out of 4 no on the cloud. So Let's see how it looks on Thursday. I could keep giving it red buzzes, but it's not the point, you know what I'm trying to say. So better. I like the recovery. That's good volume. This is good. Prove it to me. Break out. Ride the moving averages. Get on top and make them act as support, and then I'll believe you. Till then, I'm iffy at best. Velo. All right. Velo fighting the 821 and 100 and 50. Be careful. This might reject, but you can't say it's not giving an A for effort. If it breaks out, I'm targeting 0.16 to 0.18, where the 200 moving average and the next fib line level up are. You do have bullish convergence. MACD's turning up. That's good. This one looks better than most, but it needs about one more day to make sure. Funfair. Let's just do Funfair then. How about that? All right, big move up right here for Funfair. Look at the weekly making a new high. Damn. All right, so it's really interesting that some of these coins do well and some don't, and it's a crapshoot right now which ones are going to break out and take off running. But this is one of them. Went straight to the 1272. She is big time overbought. It might cool off a little bit and slow up some, but I don't think it's got a ton left of heavy slow up. It might be just an average rate retrace here. That's a lot of green days in a row. Be careful. She's way up there already. Say coin, new high on the daily, new local high. Let me pull this fib correctly. I haven't looked at this one in a minute. There we go. Boy, that inverse head and shoulders didn't work out, did it? That thing failed like hell. That's actually a perfect case of a failed inverse head and shoulders. I'm glad we pulled that up. That's a good thing showing that. It broke that shoulder right there and went down below it. It was RIP as soon as it closed underneath that shoulder. That was done. Anyway, we have appeared to have broken trend now. Now that we've broken trend, we'll look at daily. She's got a couple big green candles pushed into the 200 moving average. I want to see everything attack the 200 moving average like this one does. Be careful. It's probably going to reject the 200 at some point. Again, this thing turns into a magnet and it doesn't like to let go. But for the most part, this one looks pretty darn good. BIT, it's a stock. Which one is it though? Bet makers. I don't know if this is it or not. I'm confused. But it's under the 821 and everything, so it's a no. This is BTC on Bloomberg. That's just CME stuff. Man, I didn't need this big of a slowdown right now. North Star Gaming, is that what we're talking about? It's also a no. So these are all three a no. SRM. SRM, big move up. Holy smokes. Big CME gap right there. See that? Big gap. I don't like that. Also, it's super overbought with bearish divergence. Be careful on this one. This one might slow down some. And index. See, I got to start up a damn dex for that. Hold on. I'm trying. While that's pulling up, I can do Ondo over here. I'm nuking my computer right now, dude. 700 things running over here. All right, Ondo, she's in the wait a minute zone, 2 candles over the 8, so that would be that same 33% scenario we talked about a little bit earlier. She's over, she's got almost a green MACD. RSI is a bit nominal, but it was pretty much oversold. There you go, not quite, pretty much oversold. Be careful, some of these might chop sideways. If it breaks out, I'm looking at 86 to 87 and top end of 110. But it's gotten much better. All right, Indexy. Let me pull this up for you. Indexy. All right. Daily. Log mode. So she's on a rip right now. Currently, that's a lower high. Be careful. This also has very low liquidity. I can't really tell. Fully diluted 5, so all the coins are unlocked already. That would be good. Or no, it's in a pool. It's in a liquidity pool. Okay. Steadily dropping volume, so be careful. This thing could go either way on you real quick. I'm going to have to go down to 4 hour, but if I go down to 4 hour, you can kind of see that lower high better. Right there and right there. You also didn't break that one. That was an even high, so this might turn out to be a little bit bearish. Be careful. Be careful on this one. Creddy, almost done. We can get off here. By the way, we have almost 600 people watching over on X. That's awesome. We have about 700 people watching in total. That's really, really dope, y'all. Appreciate all this, man. It's badass. Creddy, underneath the 100 and 21 moving average, there's the 50 and the 200. You're also under those. This is a bearish back test for now. It is creeping. You know, it's into the wait a minute zone. It's creeping, but I need to see more here. Not quite good enough. Proppy. All right, Proppy is a similar scenario. She tried to break through that trend, didn't quite get there, rejected multiple times. You're underneath the 50 and the 200 and the 821 here. You did bounce the 100. You are in the wait a minute zone, but again, that means wait a minute. So I would wait a minute too. That's what I'm going to do anyway. It's not quite there. It's close. Sometimes not quite close and good enough or interchangeable, but this one for me, I'm going to have to wait on. I have to. It's not quite good enough. All right, Crypto Autos. Never even heard of this one before. Double bottom, can't deny that. But I need to see it break over this 50 and 100 that it hasn't gotten through yet. But it's close. That's some big volume right there. RSI is not overbought, so has room to go if it would like. MACD has just turned green. That's a good thing. Look at the weekly. She's been a falling knife, but that's a bullish engulf. And if it can close over that weekly 8 EMA, that's a good start, not a bad start. And last one, Tailcoin. I'm told on X every day that Tailcoin is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And if we all just trust in it, Tailcoin blows everything out of the water. And that might be the same person that took a bunch of money from Tail. I don't know. Allegedly. Anyway, daily here. We did bounce right into the 821 EMA and get over it. That's awesome. You got 2 candles over the 821. You do not, over the green line, over the 8 EMA. You do not have your 821 cross yet. She's still got 33%, not 66. And the 50 moving average is directly above. All 3 of these moving averages would be targets, 0.04, 0.049, I'm sorry, 0046, 0049, and 005. Would all make fair targets. But let's see, like the volume, that was a good, big, hard push. You got over 4 candles all at once. That's a good bullish engulfing. Can't deny that. That's a good bullish engulfing. Problem is everything else is still bearish. So be careful. So what we just did was went through a bunch of charts, a bunch of data, and a bunch of technical analysis to say things have improved, but they still have a long way to go. All right. I like some of the way the uppers look, like Bitcoin and a few others. Pretty darn good looking charts trying to fight back, especially Bitcoin been over the 821 and 50 moving averages. That's excellent. We're going to go over Thursday again on the whole cycle. We'll look at the weekly charts and the monthly charts and everything. I'm going to save that for Thursday because I want to make sure it's going to come in the way I think it will. But things have made good progress. I appreciate everybody watching, dude. It was really badass. Over 600 people now. That's awesome. I didn't expect this kind of response, being that the market is as bad as it is. I really didn't. But good news, you guys started to show up again, and that's awesome. And I want to reward everyone for that. So give me a week and a half, and then we'll have a brand new promotion for you. I appreciate you all being here. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. I appreciate that more than y'all realize, man, for real. Thank you. Make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. And if no one else told you today, Keith will tell you. Keith loves you. Y'all be good, man. Real talk. I'll see y'all on the next stream. Sky's the limit. Thursday, 11 p.m. Be there. Zoom after I'm out. Peace.